The MW2 Season 3 update is now live for download for certain players. We'll go through all of the details in this video, plus a bunch of major overhaul changes to MW2 and Warzone 2. Be sure to subscribe for more content videos like this. We're on the road to 110,000 subscribers. Really do appreciate it, guys. But first up here, quick reminder, we have the Memory Maker Blueprint back in the store as a free gift item. This was one of the Warzone 3rd anniversary rewards that was available, and it was gone and you couldn't get it, so they're giving you a second chance to get this blueprint here. I would say go for it. It's actually pretty good overall and you won't have another chance to get it, so get it before Season 3 comes out tomorrow. They may give you an extra day, I'm not so sure there, but I would say if you haven't got it this year, it's free, just go for that. A really solid blueprint overall, and the cam is pretty cool as well. But for the update here, what exactly is going on, because there has been a bit of confusion as to what we were getting in terms of early downloads and access for this update. So Call of Duty, I'll put this up on screen, originally said that the Season 3 download would be available on Monday, April 10th at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. That was what they originally said, and then we didn't get it. We waited a day. We were streaming today. They still didn't drop the preload, and then we got this here. So we got a change from the Call of Duty blog. It was updated to say the Season 3 update will be live at 9 a.m. Pacific tomorrow, April 12th, or today, whenever you're watching this video, and then the Season 3 update will be playable at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, an hour later. So they changed the exact wording here as to when that pre-download would be available. They pretty much delayed it all the way until an hour before the update is supposed to be playable, which really does suck for a lot of players here. I definitely prefer when the preload is a couple of days earlier, and also it lets us maybe get in and play some content early. Again, with Season 1, they gave us Shoot House available early as well on public playlist, which was a ton of fun. For other updates, if you went offline, if you were on console, you were able to check out some of the content early as well, and you might still be able to do that here because Charlie Intel also tweeted this out. Similar to past seasonal updates, PlayStation players should get the update preload overnight, starting usually at around 12 a.m. Eastern. I'm not so sure when I'm uploading this video. I might upload it a little earlier, but be sure to check your console at around midnight Eastern time if you're on PlayStation, because you might be able to get that preload downloaded fast and a lot earlier than everyone else. And then, therefore, you could actually play some of the content early like we normally see. On console, you are allowed to go offline. For PC, you cannot do that. So, when you get the preload downloaded tonight and you go offline, you are very likely going to be able to play some of the content early, some of the MP maps early in private match, check out some of the weapons as well. The Battle Pass usually is never available early, but other pieces of content like the MP maps, the modes as well, you might be able to check out Gunfight early. That might all be available. Unfortunately, again, only for PlayStation players, which definitely does suck. I'm on PC, and those Xbox guys out there, we're just going to have to suffer, and we have to wait until 9 a.m. Pacific for the preload tomorrow, and I'll put those times up on screen if you guys are interested, but not a big deal, I guess. We're all going to play the update tomorrow. It's going to be fun. PlayStation players tonight, check it all out. As of uploading this video, it should be live. If it's not live, again, there might be another slight delay. But you PlayStation players are definitely lucky here. You're going to be able to check out this content a little earlier than expected. But overall, not a big deal. It's all coming out tomorrow. We'll be covering it all tomorrow as well on stream. Multiple videos we'll be making, going through all the different pieces of updates, DMZ, Battle Pass, Gunfight as well. Should be a ton of fun. But obviously, for the future, I would prefer for all platforms to get that preload a bit earlier. So we'll see what ends up happening for future updates here. But that's an update on what's happening with the Season 3 preload and update being available early. But now for some major changes here with Warzone 2. Not just Warzone 2, actually. It's with MW2 as well, because this whole blog post is kind of geared towards Warzone 2. But they actually did come out and say that a lot of these movement changes are also for multiplayer. So even though they're saying Warzone a lot in the blog post, this is also going to be for MW2 MP as well, which is pretty exciting. A movement update for the entire game here. Let's go through what we're seeing. So first off, we have pacing. Improvements to the core pacing of Battle Royale includes a reduced delay time between circles closing toward the mid-game, the addition of more ammo caches and buy stations in areas to support regain in the late game, as well as an inclusion of UAV towers to provide intel and encourage more combat engagement opportunities. Cool stuff there, of course. That's just for Warzone, not for MP. Now for combat here, players can expect to see some changes to combat engagements, including reduced intensity of damage feedback on the HUD to better improve combat visibility, reduced high damage weapon outliers to make combat feel more consistent. That's really good. good. And after testing in our St. Patrick's Day event, we are adding one-hit down snipers, which is really exciting to create added variety in combat playstyles. Bolt action snipers equipped with explosive ammunition will be able to down enemies with one skill shot. The MCPR 300 has also had explosive ammunition added to its progression. A number of equipment and kill streak rebalances are coming to this season, including a bomb drone update. It will no longer one hit down and can instead support flushing and or pushing an enemy squad. Now for the movement and traversal changes here, this is super cool. Movement will now feel more dynamic and fluid due in part to improvements to mantling over objects or through windows, slight adjustments to sliding and diving responsiveness, and the addition of redeployed drones to better enable rotation opportunities. So just the fluidity of the movement, especially mantling, sliding, diving, is so fire. I hope we see a lot of that in MW2 MP. I mean, that would be a really good change there, so can't wait to see how that's going to be. Now, for improvements here, quality of life remains an area of continued focus for the Warzone 2 team, Season 3 being no exception. Among the vast array of improvements are the inclusion of elevated arrows on the TAC map to help players better locate the objects, and the incoming killstreak banner has been raised to sit further from the aiming reticle to offer clearer sight lines. Also pretty good change there. And looking ahead, we'll be sharing more information on Massive Resurgence, Plunder, Warzone Ranked, and more in season content in the coming weeks. So all of that stuff is going to be for Season 3 Reloaded. In the meantime, we here at IW, Raven, our partners, etc., are working hard to bring you the best Call of Duty has to offer. Cool stuff there overall. So this is, again, super interesting. And apparently a bunch of content creators and streamers got into a call with IW going through some of these changes here. They got briefed early, and these aren't all of the movement changes we're seeing here for this game, for Warzone 2 and MW2. So we're going to get full details in the patch notes in a couple of hours, which of course I'll break down on the channel. But overall, this preview here looks pretty good, seems promising. Can't wait to see how this game is going to play here. Again, we're going to get a bigger noticeable difference for Warzone, of course. The Warzone 2 movement is definitely pretty clunky right now. It's a bit too slow. But honestly, I feel the same way about MW2's MP right now. Everything could be a bit more fluid, a bit more smooth. And for some reason, like, I do enjoy this year's MP. It's really not that bad. It's solid. My only complaint has been a lack of 6v6 maps. But other than that, it's pretty good. But if I had to describe or explain like one other kind of weird issue with the game, is just the overall feel of the movement. You know, moving in MW2 MP, your character feels very heavy and slow, and sometimes traversing any of these MP maps, it's too slow. I'm not saying we should have exosuits and we should be flying around and mantling and flying above objects and stuff. It should still be somewhat of a traditional Call of Duty tactical MP to an extent. You know, we don't want exosuits and flying around again, but it should be a little smoother and faster than it is right now. So I'm very excited to see how this, you know, movement update here is going to affect MP, the gameplay there, and all that good stuff. But most of the changes will definitely be in Warzone 2, because Warzone 2 just needs more change overall. And, you know, it definitely deserves to get these updates here. But overall, that's it here for this video. Again, be sure to subscribe for more content videos like this. We're going to be going through all of the content we're getting for Season 3. We have new events here, the Blackcell Battle Pass, and all the other DMZ updates. There's just so much stuff going on here. Gunfight, new MP maps. We'll be covering it all, bringing it all down on the channel. So be sure to sub for that. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always. And I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.